Mr. Speaker, people are looking at this debate absolutely exasperated. People were told that this Parliament would give them the power of decision to decide whether we stayed in the European Union or whether we left. And we have this collision, which I've mentioned numerous occasions before, between direct democracy and representative democracy. And the representatives here have royally let down the people of this country, because for the first time the people have gone against the wishes of their elected members. And the elected members here have used every possible technique to thwart them, and they know it. So we promised to take back control. All Conservative members were elected on a manifesto to leave the single market, leave the customs union, leave the remit of the European Court of Justice. Does this bill do the business? It's a start. It is a very good start, Mr. Speaker. That would be my judgment. There are numerous things in it which I do not like, but it does set the process in train that we can honour what we promised the people.
Does he not agree that one of the most cardinal sins that you can commit in this House of Commons is to vote for a bill knowing fully well what it says and then to reverse those votes in effect at a later date?
Well, I totally agree with my old friend. It was wicked to promise the people that we would respect their judgment and not deliver it. So, this bill does begin to bring laws back. It does not yet begin to bring money back, but there is, I'm pleased to say, with this version, light at the end of the tunnel, which is a free trade agreement, which is where we should have gone from the very beginning. That's what President Tusk offered us back in 7th of March 2018. But we've inherited all this baggage from the previous negotiations, and in my opinion, an awful lot of that remains, which I regret. There are two big areas which I'm still very unhappy about. First of all, I'm concerned that the transition period could be used to take advantage to ruin what is left of our fishing industry. This is a wonderful natural resource. I find it completely extraordinary that members like the members for Brighton Pavilion talk in glowing terms about the environmental benefits of the EU. We throw back 1 million tonnes of healthy fish dead because of the stupidity of the way the common fisheries policy is managed. And I'm delighted by my honourable friend the Prime Minister's reply to me today that we will bring back complete control of our EEZ and all those resources, and we will manage them in a modern way, as I wrote in the Green Paper I wrote way back in 2005. The other area, but I'm concerned what will happen in transition. And then, secondly, I am concerned about this issue of Northern Ireland. Only, I think, 10 days ago I wrote an article that I was concerned by antagoning the unionist community. There's great interest in the Republican activity, but I'm concerned about antagoning the unionist community. As the Honourable Lady Member for North Down has mentioned on numerous occasions, we had incidents in Newton Niles Road last night. My feeling is that there has to be, and I'd hope that the Justice Secretary and Lord Chancellor, when he comes to reply, can give us some assurance that when we conclude a free trade agreement with the European Union, all these current arrangements in the protocol will be dissolved, and this sovereign UK Parliament and Government will pass a law that Northern Ireland moves into the free trade agreement on a level of absolute level pegging with the rest of the United Kingdom. And that might alleviate some of the concerns in Northern Ireland. My judgment is that if those two issues can be resolved, without any great enthusiasm, I will vote for this bill because it sets us on the road. And I think, touching on Ireland, it's worth looking at the example of the Republic of Ireland, which emerged from the Irish Free State. And Michael Collins, in the Dáil Éireann on the 19th of December 1921, said something which pretty well reflects my views this evening. As one of the signatories of the document, I naturally recommend its acceptance. I do not recommend it for more than it is. Equally, I do not recommend it for less than it is. In my opinion, it gives us freedom, not the ultimate freedom that all nations desire and develop to, but the freedom to achieve it. This bill does begin the process of establishing the freedom so that we can get our full freedom. I hope I don't follow the fate of Michael Collins in wanting to see this delivered.